Hi everyone there. Welcome to another episode of Safety Learning by Safety Encyclopedia. People everywhere are exposed to safety and health risks from their work. Risk can be divided into physical, chemical, biological, ergonomic, and psychological. Let's see, what is risk and how it's calculated.
Risk is the combination of likelihood of a hazardous event occurring and consequences of that event.
Risk is part of everyone's life. We can't avoid risks, but we can put things in place to manage them. Let's see, how do we reduce risk? A new driver on the road is a hazard to themselves and other road users. However, having a qualified and experienced driving instructor could reduce the likelihood of having a car accident. Reducing the speed of the vehicle will help in reducing consequences of accident, which ultimately helps to control or mitigate the overall risk of an accident happening. Key to risk reduction lies in reducing either or both of the factors that combine to give the level of risk. In other words, if we want to reduce risk, we need to look at A. Reducing the likelihood of the hazardous event happening. B. Reducing the consequence of the hazardous event. C. Reducing both factors. Let's imagine a woodworking shop employing several cabinet makers and evaluated the risks on site. They have three areas of concern. First area of concern is with the table saw. It is very likely that someone getting caught in the table saw with exposé blade. Resulting consequence such as amputation of hand or finger. The risk rating of this activity is 20, hence immediate action is needed. Providing a guard will reduce the likelihood of coming into contact with the saw blade. If the guard is used most but not all of the time, the likelihood is reduced to 1, which in turn makes the risk rating 5. Second area of concern is with the first paint sprayer. The likelihood of the paint sprayer being exposed to a harmful substance contained in the paint is 3. And the consequence of this exposure is 4, giving a risk rating of 12. If we replace the paint with one containing less harmful substances, then the likelihood of exposure remains at 3, but the consequence of exposure can be reduced to 2. Giving a risk rating of 6. Third area of concern is with the second paint sprayer. Like the first paint sprayer, the likelihood of the paint sprayer being exposed to a harmful substance contained in the paint is 3, and the consequence of this exposure is 4, giving a risk rating of 12. However, if we use the less harmful paint, which reduces the consequence to 2, and if we also replace the paint sprayer with a robot and we enclose the process as well, then we can also reduce the likelihood of the worker being exposed to the harmful substance. If the worker controls the spraying operation from outside the enclosure and only enters the enclosure to position and remove items for spraying, the likelihood could be reduced to 2, giving a risk rating of 4.
Remember, level of risk that's left after we introduced their control measures is often referred to as residual risk.
To learn more safety item, don't forget to subscribe, Safety Encyclopedia, and hit the bell icon.